being on the duel list like on other maps.
It could be a little bit of a grind for Meg to pick up those attacking rounds, but Nat's already down to start. That's a bit of a problem, but Safe could be trapped here. He's got some support from the doors, but players coming down from elbow, causing some trouble. It's Chronicle showing up again, coming in with a 3K in the pistol.
Far between, at least at the moment, because Mech have really slowed things down.
A lot of battle going down on mid. Trex, he just goes flying out, takes a double. What's going on there? 19 HP left. Leo is just barely holding on to life. He's being blinded. That right click, one bullet's more than enough to take him down, but none of them land. Around the wall, Shados goes. I was going to try the plant, but Leo's caught him. Actually won out the round. That's 1-0 for Guild. So this is interesting. Guild have a 3-man hold of B. They've got every angle. They can at least duo peek it in towards mid. They can triple, but if they lose that one, then they're in trouble because now spawn is open. Leo's got to go back and watch it, and because they'd stacked up here, they have nobody else to cover off this A site. And with the wall up as well, Mech are able to easily walk in there. The wall means their pace is going to be that much quicker as well, not having to clear that spawn angle. They get in, grab a plant, cautious of cave, and Shados is here to clean up the guys coming through mid, has support from door. And that's the key thing, Tom. They're not leaving Shados here isolated by himself. They're trying to give him that little bit of cover that if he gets crunched on, he can be helped.
He can tag them up quite a bit. Now, obviously, they do have the heal available on Shados, but he can't quite heal himself. Coldamenta is going to get legged. And while, again, the spams have at least left a couple of players low. Chance for damage, I would say, is high. And maybe if Safe can go nuclear, they have a chance. Instead, though, Russ, well, he's got a gun. It's not the best of what's there, but he's almost baited in. Nat, this now leaves them with a really good chance.
It absolutely does. Safe's donated the weapon. Now they've got 2 players to be able to actually fight on range on the way back through. The Blade Storm trying to catch someone on the updrafts, but no one's peeking, so in we go, and Leo's just picking him off with a Sheriff. He's grabbed a double already. Shock Dart's coming through. Defo's down to 1. Sheriff out. Let's do it, Leo. Get the triple. No, he's dropped. Defo tucked in on the corner trying to save this weapon, and he will be killed.
Total amount of damage that Leo did in that round, because I think you're probably looking about 300. While the Blade Storm on the other side, unfortunately, hasn't really been met with much of a response. An attempt to find an opener, but Redgar, he is going to find that kill. 2 ults utilized, and of course, Mr. Shock Dart's back.
When he's gotten the kill.
I would be the last person wanting to try and plant at this point, but I guess it's almost going to just be as like a sacrificial lamb. Is there anything they can do? And instead, he's going to pull out the Hunter's Fury. Oh, there goes Shados. And even going to almost find the next player as well. If he can just buy a little bit of time, Mitch, that might be enough.
He still has those trap wires down towards the steps, but no one has a reason to step there, and now Trex has gone down completely. A pick from Safe keeps them in it. Still even numbers, but they've got to just delay and wait to get back in here. And as they do, that pit finally comes into play. Leo, no drone to work with. So getting them out of this position, Trailblazer used up as well, Tom. There's not a whole lot for them to grab information with. You're going to be relying on Russ's flashes, possibly the recon of Leo, landed in a good spot. It's on the way through already, and, well, it won't be finding anybody, clearing at the back. Oh, the judge, or not the judge, the shorty, excuse me, Safe up close, but he wasn't going in. Defo's still just lurking on the edge of that, ready to blitz out. There he goes, down to the shorty. Oh, no, he was so close. Dancing around inside the ult. He just couldn't find anyone. Out of there, he has support. There's a rifle up close, ready to help. Leo catching one, and now another rotation. Coldamenta here to help. 3 players around this position. You've got to be scratching your head if you're Mech right now, wondering how they got so unlucky. And they figured it out. It's because the A players just ran away. They went to go and help that mid fight, and, well, they've got the advantage now on the retake.
I also don't know if you're going to be expecting an operator to just be waiting at the bottom of mid. Like, you should have the Viper screen to allow you to actually cross. It's just whether or not it's going to be activated. And obviously on the other side, the Mech players are realizing we have to get aggressive here. We have to do something to try and make a move forward. Now, Russ at least seemed like he had a little bit of awareness of a potential flank, and another crazy damage Shock Dart. Max damage onto Nat, leaves him low, but he still managed to take a second with him as well. He's given Redgar a chance, who's managed to rotate all the way back around. The problem is the spike is not planted for him. He needs a kill almost instantly, and Leo is just going to stick it. He may get pinged, but it's just too little, too late.
And he for the fake for a moment, or at least they made it sound like it now. They step back in, and Chronicle still wins it. He's made it around the corner. At least it looked like he had. Russ gets 2 from there. You know what I mean, Tom? It's like you look at a position, you go, oh, this guy's dead after he does that. No, gets another. Huge. Oh, Trex.
Oh, wow.
They're all in.
He's just W keyed in. He's almost managed to take 2, but somehow Defo survived at least a little longer. He's dashing towards his opponent, and surely Safe has to make the realization. I don't know where he just looked. Won them that round.
And it was
Already.
a huge call.
Oh dear. Oh dear. They're stuck within the tube, and he's gonna get one in the end. Of course he does. I don't even know why I doubted it for a second. Shados gone, and already what was a troublesome round to begin with looks a whole lot. Oh, it looks a
You need to cancel that quickly. Coldamenta was there to cover. It almost serves as a bait. I'm not sure that was necessarily the intention. He's killed. And stop. Come on, man. Nat's left alone and he's being revealed. It hit him. It landed on him, Tom. Oh, Leo, he's one of the best players. He's one of the best players. And you never get that game where you're just like, oh my God. Like, you get those games with everyone else that's on those top 5 lists, like, but with Leo, not so much.
Hey,
Redgar,
revenge!
Finally! The people's champion.
Oh, he's tasted his own poison there. Coldamenta still with a good opportunity, but Redgar stepped up. This is a pistol that they desperately need, and Redgar looks like he's trying to win it single-handedly. A 4th kill for him, and while Nats is gonna currently are. They're on a full wraparound. It's being watched though. Leo is ready for this, but he doesn't connect. Shados finding that kill is big. Can they actually kill off Coldamenta? They can.
Well, I bet they wish they had that rifle now. Invested a little bit more in themselves, but they're still in a great spot to get into this. 5v3, lots of security, and they've spotted Trex. He's using his util to fall back. He's spraying away. Some risks being taken here, and Mech, well, they're happy to capitalize on those little mistakes, the little bits of space given to them. Now Safe's in a 1v5. He's being wall-banged and pre-fired. No chance. They've got that perfectly. A well-timed fake, you know, even though Mech realized pretty quickly it's such a big map, they couldn't rotate. And there's still a lurk out of Trex, who's coming behind Halls now. And as some players have dropped, he's running, now being heard, so Nats knows he's going to cut him off. And the rest of the players, they know they don't need to worry about the back necessarily. That's why Trex is sprinting. It looks crazy. He's won it still, though. He potentially has an angle here if he can get up through the tube, and he's already caught Shados. They know that the defuse is not underway, and they can just run this down a little bit more.
Oh, somehow Coldamenta actually denies it. It's going to come back into the 1 versus 1. I don't know if there's anything he could do to stop this, though. Maybe not realizing it's half, but just about. This time, the flank.
Get told right back up to 100, and he can step back into his ult without fear of the spam taking him down. A stray bullet. And now the bullets, well, they won't be stray. They're going to come right at him. These players already on the site. They're potentially defusing. Coldamenta might want to start running in there soon. He's gone down. A big play from Chronicle around the outside. Good for the first 4 kills. Not even the ace. Gotten it all the way, and now all that's left is to defuse. The time is going to be tight, though.
No.
It's going to come close.
They haven't got it. They haven't got it.
Oh! Here, though, with Bulldogs, with Spectres, there's disadvantages for the attacking side of Guild. The Blade Storm might make up for that. In fact, it doesn't. But Trex is wall-banging their way to success. Nats was spotted earlier, and he actually got hit up there, tagged and taken down. The shock dart assist. It's so strong. But Leo needs to do a little bit more because they haven't got the spike planted. And there's players on the way. Back into the site, good tag, found, and he'll get him. A Hunter's Fury kill, blind at the doors. And of course, it's Leo to win out that fight. Look who's up close. Safe's got another, Tom. I think this map is locked in. And I think Mech are locked out. This is unbelievable. This is their map choice, their defensive side. And they've got practically nothing to say. A clutch needed by Redgar to even attempt an OT. He's being watched by Trex up close. This man's been on fire, and he'll get the triple to close it out. 13-6 kills. These players know, like, hey, we're around dish. We're executing A now, hoping that they would catch the flank, but they haven't. Patient Guild now reaps the rewards with a quick kill, and Trex is still just sat on the side.
The spike is in a horrible position. It just has to be an all-out brawl, and again, it seems to swing back, but Trex still within the site, still causing them issues, leaving it on to him versus Nats, at least for now, but there is still Safe slowly rotating. Actually, that's just going to be able to get out of there, completely reposition, and could make his way back towards B.
He tagged him on the through the box there, I'm pretty sure. That's down to 57 HP on that rotate. It's to set up some of his utility on the way at least.
10 seconds left.
He had the chance to. Now the plant comes through. They box him in. Figure out where he is thanks to that early rotation from Safe. What a shot from Nats! One bullet in the headhunter still. He's gonna have the ghost to work with, but Trex catches him through the wall. So far, a couple of issues, but it was only the pistol. This can always be a little bit more chaotic there. Great opening for Chronicle. Only the one, and the others being peppered down. But in a round like this, you don't expect them to pack that much of a punch typically, and they're doing a damn good job, even recovering some weapons and getting a plant.
Yeah. They've got one of the only rifles that's currently in play. The other is on Trex, of course, with the amount of kills he got, but Defo can definitely pack a punch. Well, Nats seems to be having a pretty good time with the headhunter. We've always liked his sheriff play. I guess it makes sense that this gun works in his hands. Even still, though, a 2 versus 3. Coldamenta trying to clear some of the closer angles. Ultimately, there's no one on the site, and the plant is not a particularly good one.
Blast back up for Heaven to try and punish them if they run on out, but Nats has made it all the way around here with the position that his traps are in. They'll wait for them to go to the site to his teammates, sort of fighting them as well. That's a great stun. Trex is able to drop Redgar. They've made their way onto the site. They're dropping Defo and now starting to defuse, at least tapping it, baiting Nats into thinking that they're on it. Potentially giving them... Oh no! Kill from... What's happening? Coldamenta went down to Trex's nade.
Second one by the time he sort of utilized the first.
30 seconds left.
That's a great flash. Gilder pushed completely back. Orbital strike, nade, everything thrown into that, and they'll even get shade outs for their troubles. Look, good start for Guild. Nasty fight to take with the Sheriff, and now
it's still down.
There's 10 seconds left?
Yeah, they haven't gone back for it. Like, they just completely forgot about it. This round is already over. Like, they just don't have the time to actually get back onto the site anymore. They've got to kill everyone. This is a huge blunder from Mech. Okay, the nade kill might have been funny, but yeah, they've just won, or they've just lost a round by forgetting the spike. Now, away from the rest of the team, somebody else needs to make a move. It looks like Nats is going to do it. He just walked straight through the smoke. Nobody watching for it. Coldamenta there for the trade, but that's allowed that escape. That switch up on towards the site, that little bit of space garnered is enough for Shados to get it down. He is screwed because Safe is going to manage to isolate him with the help from a Molotov, but now Redgar comes in from the backlines.
Mech are doing a great job of utilizing all the angles, all the avenues of approach. Redgar's left with the only one now. Probably should be a 2v1, but in their favor, Redgar's going to try to pull this one across the line, but it's Leo tucked in that corner. Faster attempt out of Mech. They're looking to up the ante straight in towards this A side as the pace is taken to 100. Leo picking off the first, and now damage being done across the board. No one's going to be able to pick KO back up. Nats down to 6 HP being dove on, and well, Leo with an ambitious play there. Break, and now they're blitzing on through. The nade is good. It clears a lot of space for them. But standing on the edge of that nade was Russ. He did a lot of damage. He stopped Chronicle from getting in at the start, along with some breach utility. But Chronicle, 5 HP to his name, and he's picked up another kill. Trex coming in with the tour de force. Sorry, the showstopper at last. It's the tour de force on Safe that won't even get used, as he is dropped right away.
Okay.
Oh, Russ is just being bombarded with utility. He's being forced into the corner, but with Safe actually baiting out a little bit here, and he's catching kill after kill. It was a wall bang onto Shados, and I think a collat at the same time. Damage, not the kill, but you know, every little helps. 10 seconds left. Spike in the open. This one is done and dusted. Redgar out here looking for some more damage, and it's about all he could hope for. Just the one kill as Gil still in heaven, and together we'll fight the other angle of it. It was perfect. They didn't get overwhelmed, and now Safe. It's just so good dealing with the showstopper, and even if he doesn't get the kill, it's probably fired at him, and he's right out of there. So no space taken for Mech, and in fact, they end up with a man disadvantage.
Oh, a chance for Nats as well. Solo pushing into the site. They are prepared for anything at this stage. And again, you can see the spike almost completely isolated, desperately trying to push out Trex, but the fact is he's more than happy to just sit back within this site. They're going to have to try and cross through. The flash is there, but it's actually going to be the drop from Trex. He's just doing fantastically well at the back of the site. It almost seems like the best strategy at the moment is to just avoid him.
enemy
Come on,
remaining.
Redgar, last man standing, 45 seconds. He has the spike a little bit out of the box, but...
Yeah, I think you've just fully lost your mind, to be honest.
Ooh, okay, Shados. Might be something about this man stepping up to the plate that changes things a little. Spike will be retrieved by Defo, and there's a fair amount of space. They've still got to try and walk into this operator, though, and it's been so difficult for them to deal with. Safe has been landing shot after shot. Well, it seems like a bit of a jump scare for either side. They still have the orbital strike, though, and more importantly, they have the spike as well.
Last player standing.
Had the spike as well.
Yep. That's now safely back to Meg, planting it down. Here's the orbital strike, though. Find them a little bit of extra time. This is an ambitious play by Coldamenta. Last round, though. Why not? You got to chuck it in. No utility left. He might be able to drop down there. Yeah, but the jump, it gave him away on the...
Just going to be sitting up the top. It seems like they might actually just opt to avoid him. Safe is going to be pushing. And well, yeah, you kind of got what you deserve there, I'll be honest. They're going to get onto the site, though. The thing is, they need to clear it. And Leo just spams into the smoke. Madness as always, but that might have just won them the piss to Copenhagen.
Well, the site has been seized by Mech. Things were looking good for that Copenhagen road to be taken, but Nat steps up. He takes a kill right off the bat. They bait Safe into further aggression and catch him. Defo's even going to secure his top with a little nade. Is he going up there afterwards? Looks like he's just waiting for a move to be made.
Don't do it.
I'm hoping he doesn't touch that rope.
Definitely don't do it now. Well, he knows that there's a judge up top. Nat's actually incredibly low as well, so even a bullet could take him down. Definitely a bullet from a judge, and the nade might even do it instead, but they've already defused it all of the way. Just a little bit too slow to react, and will eventually...
You know, Nats is calling for the retake instead of playing the site control, so they don't actually rotate. So the site still stacked up on Showstopper through, not getting the damage, and Chronicle's able to follow up. 12 seconds, and now all of Mech are coming through these doors, looking to fight on site, but they're losing, Tom. They've lost every fight, and here comes the plant. Another kill in Guild's favor, and it's falling apart for Mech.
Rolling Thunder, but he might just get spammed through, and it's whether or not he actually wants to use it. Safe is even gonna hard clear one of the close angles, and now the Rolling Thunder does come through for that pressure, but all they've managed to do is isolate one player. All the rest make a move through Dish. Nats with the tour de force gets nothing, but Redgar has gone huge on the back of site. He has Defo to support him, and it's left all onto Trex. He has to try and stick this, and I think they expect this to be bait. Why wouldn't they? It was a risky plant to go for in the open, but he gets it down.
Dropped, but it's been heard. Shados goes for the swing and gets it. Straight contact to the site, but they're cut off a little bit, delayed, and Trex goes down. Now the cavalry's coming, but Nats is already on the site, and he's done his job. 2 kills in this position, more than enough, especially without the ability. Oh, hold on. He's got some teammates to back him up. Shados already taken safe. They can't get to the site. Never mind, plant the spike. They barely made it. Is not that far gone, I feel like.
Yeah, we're seeing the angles slowly being cleared out, being trapped within this site. Definitely not an easy place to fight from, and Leo, there's only so much he...
Proactively, that was fantastic, and we saw the exact opposite from Guild this time around. Trex down right away, and we're gonna get a very convincing start to this round from Mech. The pistols, though, the headhunter showing up for a couple.
Okay, well, they have to know that Safe is here, desperately trying to retrieve something, and he will get himself a rifle. Coldamenta's also got a bulldog. It's not an awful scenario for them to try and fight from. Getting into an afterplant, though, that feels like it's going to be difficult, and I think that's why Safe is fighting, but hey.
Peak, but he's opened them. They know now Max one on site. They're going to take that space a little bit more quickly, a little bit more chaotically. Coldamenta now in the 1v1. He knows Nats is blow, and he'll get him as well. 11 found on a thrifty for Guild.
The finances are going to be fantastic, basically, until it ends. Chronicle still. I thought maybe he'd opt to actually fade away. No, the whole team's looking to push.
Oh, yes, they are going aggressive, but Guild, they're catching at least a couple of these kills, and then... Sprays not quite landing anybody. 2 players spotted over there. Nade going through. Trex has got this player locked in. Redgar's gone. Good spray. It's dealing damage up above. Shados drops and gets eliminated immediately. Good flash. Good follow-up. And spike secured. Defo might have a chance here. Oh, that's risky. And, well, right into the tour de force he goes.
Taken out. They've got to break themselves the wall through already. We're going to see the Rolling Thunder utilized to try and get a little bit more aggressive. And Trex, he's just picked off 2 heads. This man wants to make his way to the Masters as now only Jados remains to try and close this out. It's done. Guild are going to be the first team to make it to Masters Copenhagen after an incredibly long journey for many members of this team.